talking about Flashdance, and I'm interested in knowing whether Don or Jerry, were they always on the set? Were they always around?
Yeah.
I mean, they were.
Yeah.
They were.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to be on a set
No,
with naked women everywhere?
Well, yeah. I suppose that's true. I just, Don obviously had his problems, but, the idea of, kind of Jerry Bruckheimer at the beginning. I mean, when I did the Rock,
Sure,
he had already done a lot of things, and he was already Jerry Bruckheimer at that point. And there, Jim, can you think of anybody that is more prolific in good films and television than Jerry Bruckheimer?
It would be very hard to do. It would be very hard to come up with somebody who is
not only prolific, but prolific in good stuff.
Quality. The whole Pirates of the Caribbean series was Jerry's to do, and a mega $1 billion franchise that turned out to be. And then his TV series, are just cash machines. So it'd be very hard to think of somebody. I mean, he had his misfires like Lone Ranger, but no.
Yeah, well, nobody bats 100%, but yeah.
A lot of that was after Don was gone too. He and Don were partners for barely 10 years.
I think that I mentioned this when I was doing The Rock. I had met Don Simpson once before because myself and Kaylin's mother had a Halloween party, and Don showed up. I don't remember Jerry being there, but Don was there, and I think he had just maybe come out of a rehab or something because he
was doing that frequently at that point. Yeah,
he looked great. He looked absolutely great, and he had on the black leather jacket, and I don't, really remember spending much time talking to him at that party, but that was quite a party. That was a fun party that we had. But when I was doing The Rock, he wasn't around, and one day Jerry said, "Oh, Don's here. Would you like to meet Don?" I said, "Yeah, sure." So I went over, and Don was, kind of sitting off to the side and not really involved where we were filming. And I sat down next to him, and I talked to him for about a half an hour. And I don't really even remember too much what we talked about. And he seemed a little dispirited. Is that a word? Kind of like just didn't seem to have much. Like, hey, how you doing? Hollywood. Yeah, well, what's your next project? Not that kind of vibe. And anyway, I spent about a half an hour sitting in those. What are they called? You still have those on those the director chairs. I don't know if they. Sitting there talking to him, and then he died the next day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But Jerry's career is just absolutely phenomenal, and so maybe we can talk a little bit about Christine.
She's a lovely lady. I really like it.
What?
Stop.
What? All right. So you do Flashdance, okay? And after Flashdance, by the way, this is my experience, okay? This was my experience with 3-picture deals, all right? A 3-picture deal was always a 3-picture deal if the studio wanted it to be a 3-picture deal.
Sure.
Just if I wanted it to be, they weren't on the line for that second 50,000 or that 100,000. So you must have pressed them enough to. Did you ever get the 100,000 on your 3-picture deal?
No.
Yeah, so it's not really
no, because
you knew. Did you know that?
Because
back then.
Well, here's the problem: we broke the deal. Tracy, look, I was offered at that point. I've got 2 movies under my belt.
Right.
Nobody knows what's going to happen. And then I'm offered a movie called Police Academy #1.
Right.
And I was like, Tracy's like, it's all right. It's fun.
Who directed it? Jim? Can you look that up? Very successful, I'm sure, because they've done like 10 of them, haven't they? Yeah. It's usually a pretty good indication that the first one was successful. Was it Steve Guttenberg?
Yeah, I think so.
Hugh Wilson.
Who?
Hugh Wilson.
Hugh Wilson, okay. Anybody else? Steve Guttenberg's on it?
No, I mean, that's the director.
Oh, who's in it?
Let me pull up the wiki.
Some of that young talent that I used to always go up against.
It's Steve Guttenberg, Kim Cattrall.
Okay.
Bubba Smith, and George Gaines. Are the
Okay, all right. Steve Guttenberg was really hounded Jim Cameron because he wanted to play Kyle Reese.
Oh, really?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, yeah. He's one of the few people that I knew back then that really saw that script, and obviously he's kind of wrong for it. He's a little bit kind of like, he doesn't seem to have that like darkness. There's not a darkness to him.
No,
he went on. Didn't he do three men and a baby?
Yeah. You associate him more with the comedic stuff,
Yeah.
Like Diner. He was part of the cast of Diner.
Absolutely.
Who directed Diner, Jim?
Barry Levinson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where Mickey Rourke kind of took off. Was it Mickey Rourke who is in the movie theater and offers popcorn to the?
I think it is. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that even today, right?
Yeah, no, you can get away with that very easily. Yeah.
I'd need a big tub.
Lots of butter.
Yeah.
Was that Mickey Rourke who did that in the movie? Yeah,
I think it is. Yeah.
Okay, so Christine.
Yeah.
So is that? By the way, was that the next movie you did?
Oh yeah, that was the next one.
Okay, so you're looking at. Did they offer you?
Yeah.
Police Academy.
Yeah, they did. They wanted me to do a role in Police Academy, and then
did they? Do you remember the money?
Couldn't even tell you.
Okay. Yeah.
But then Christine came around, and Tracy said, "Malcolm, I mean, it's John Carpenter.
Yeah.
And it's Stephen King.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Just it's right there because I had already seen Halloween. I had already seen. I loved The Thing by John Carpenter.
Oh
everything by John Carpenter.
Had he already made The Thing?
Yes,
he had.
Yeah.
All right, so you had seen The Thing
and Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow. Well, you really did your homework back then, didn't you?
By then.
Yeah.
Say what, Jim?
I said John Carpenter was a pretty good name by then.
Yeah. Well, I'm interested in knowing. So you're talking to your manager, and you got two possible things that you're looking at, and she says Stephen King.
Go that one, and so I go straight into mixing and matching.
Now, did they just offer you that? Did you ever have to audition for any? Well, you auditioned for Lords of Discipline.
I did, but
did you audition for Adrian Lyne?
No,
just
that was just there.
Yeah.
But Christine, they put me right into mixing and matching with different actors, and I'll tell you, there was this. So we did this scene. It was, I don't know how they did it. I can't remember who the casting director was, but she brought in Bill Forsyth, who I
fucking
love.
Yeah, Forsyth's great.
I love Bill.
Yeah.
They bring in Forsyth, Andrew McCarthy.
Right.
Oh God, who was the other? There were many name actors, young actors.
Yes.
Emilio
Estevez.
There was a lot, but
that's Charlie Sheen's brother. In case people don't, and Martin Sheen's son. Just in case anybody out there doesn't recognize Emilio Estevez.
Sorry, I should have said the last. But anyway, they keep mixing and matching, and the audition I did with Bill Forsyth, he gets Andrew McCarthy in this audition, and John Carpenter's sitting behind his desk. I think it's Karen Ray was the casting. I don't remember, but during the audition, Bill takes Andrew McCarthy and picks him up and body slams him.
What?
Body slams him
onto the ground,
onto the desk where John Carpenter is sitting.
Right.
And John is like, "What?" I mean, we're all kind of like, "What the hell's going on?" But I kind of love what Bill did there.
You know what's interesting about Forsyth? He told me kind of sheepishly, and there's really no reason. He was an extra in a Crown International movie I did called The Coach with Kathy Lee Crosby. Wow. Yes. Yeah. Wow. But he's had a great career, and he played the role in American Me that I wanted so badly. That was a role that I, people say, are there any roles? And I can never think of them, but that was a role that I thought that I had, because at one point I went and I was meeting the person who was what is that word, Jim? In between, liaison. Thank you. Liaison. Between the gangs and the production, and it was a woman, and I drove down to see her, and and it was in that neighborhood, and I was in my black Mercedes, driving like boop, yeah, I'm an actor, So I go there, I knock on the door, she's not there. She's not there. So I get my car and I leave, and then I call. What's the name of the director? Guys,
American Me. Oh,
the actor.
Almost.
Edward James Olmos. Edward James Olmos. So I call Olmos up, and I'm like, she wasn't there. And then he called me back, and he said, okay, she's going to be here. So then I went to see her talking at a high school, and she turned out to be one of the people that the gang murdered. The Mexican mafia killed, I think, 4 or 5 people that they felt had betrayed them. And Edward James Olmos kind of had to disappear for a while. I heard he had to make a big payment to them, and that to this day that he still carries a gun. And so when I talked to him, when one of the very first times I met him, I said, because I like him a lot too. He's a great actor, really good actor. He was in the Rock, and I really wanted to play that role. That role. He was like, Michael, it was the fucking disaster. I mean, wow. And it was a good movie. He made a great movie, but I guess, there were drive-bys and stuff like that where they were shooting and so on.
There was a competing movie around the same time too, dealing with the same subject matter. A Taylor Hackford movie,
something in or out.
Blood In.
Oh
Blood
God,
In.
that's a great movie too.
Yeah.
I think Bill's in that one too.
No, Bill Paxton.
No, Bill Forsyth.
Forsyth. Yeah.
I think he's in that one too. God, he's so good.
Yeah. He also did the movie with De Niro with the Once Upon a Time in
America.
Great
movie too.
Oh, he and John Goodman are priceless in Raising Arizona.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
We felt the institution no longer had anything for us, so we released ourselves on our own recognizance.
Don't you remember the scene in Raising Arizona when Goodman pulls Forsythe out from the, and he's like
ground,
trying to, it looks like the birth of a baby.
It does, absolutely. It's
unbelievable.
It's rain and mud.
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious. Nah, Forsythe, I like that guy a lot.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a couple of years, but he's a good guy. So you're cast in Christine, shot in L.A.?
Yeah.
And what was that experience like, and what were the other actors like, and you play a heavy in that also. You went, so sort of interesting when I went back to look at like the movies that you've done since then, like I always thought of you as petite, Now all of a sudden you're like all fucking muscled up and fucking butch and like fucking throwing people around and knocking people out. And I'm like, well, I'm glad I got him before he knew he could throw a punch.
You're still. I wouldn't want to throw a punch at you right now, Michael. And I wouldn't want to do a noodle thing with you either. I can see. Anyway, no, it was. Christine was. Look, when you're on a set with a guy like John Carpenter, and look, all John Carpenter cares about is angles and where things are going to be, where you have to be. He's so fucking good at knowing in his own head what the scene is already going to look like on the big screen.
Yes.
So you just have to really trust the guy, and because you're cast, because he knows you can do the role. Yeah. He doesn't give a lot of direction to an actor because he's already cast you, and it's like
same with Jim Cameron.
Yeah, everybody would like to work with Jim, and John, but he just trusts you, and at that point, Michael, I started.
Do you realize at that point, and I'm sure you. I mean, I never did. Like. I mean, it's John Carpenter, but like, you didn't realize the significance, right?
No.
Yeah, no. Who does?
I always wanted to ask. I asked him a lot about Halloween. Okay. And I'm going to say this. A lot of people don't know this, but I have one of the original Halloween masks. He gave one to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody's going to get that from me, and I know a lot of people who want it. Yeah. It's a William Shatner. What they do, I don't know if you know this, but they took a William Shatner mask from Star Trek, and they cut out the eyes, and I think a little bit of the nose, and they spray painted it gray.
Really?
That's how they got the Halloween mask.
Did Shatner get anything for? Is Shatner?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. But it's a pretty well-known.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you know that, Jim? About
Yeah. I mean, it's a William Shatner mask from that, but there were many of them, and I've just kind of outed myself saying that I have one of these masks sitting.
Well, that's okay. I mean,
everybody's going to want it now, but
good, yeah. Throw it up on. You probably get $10,000 for it.
Probably a lot more.
Yeah, maybe a
lot more than that. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But it was, John Carpenter was just a guy that he's so fun, and he doesn't take things seriously. You don't think he takes things seriously, but he does take it. I mean, because he knows exactly what he wants. I just had a great time. I'll tell you. Okay, so here's a story. I got myself into trouble here. Okay. I got myself in a big ass trouble. And I'm going to do some names here.
Okay.
So God almighty. It's the first day of shooting on Christine.
Okay. First day you got
First
in
day
trouble?
First day I got in trouble. And it was
usually you wait 3 or 4 days in.
No, so it was bad. No, the first,
so they've already got you on okay, go.
Oh, it's the first day.
Go ahead.
But so I'm on the set, and I really thought that Bill Forsyth was going to be there. I thought he was going to play the Buddy Repperton role. And I knew that I had a pretty significant bad guy role in this movie.
Yeah.
And the guy who ends up getting the role of Buddy Repperton is an actor by the name of Bill Ostrander, who I actually really like now. Okay. I've made my amends, and I've apologized profusely, and I've done a lot of
okay.
Six
Sound
step
like you're not in. Don't worry, you're not in an AA meeting.
That's what I'm saying. So
no moral inventory.
So really, I'm trying to find what step it was. Jesus Christ. So it's the first day, and all the bad guys are in the shop scene with the wonderful Keith Gordon and John Stockwell, we're all great.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm looking at this guy. I'm looking at this guy, Bill Ostra, and I'm like, fucking guy, he looks like he's 25 years old, and we all look like we're high school students.
Yes.
And I'm like, this guy's terrible.
You said that to who?
Hold on. This gets good. This gets good.
Okay.
This gets good. So I'm thinking to myself, this guy's terrible. I mean, we're just doing this scene over and over, and he looks like a cross between Jim Morrison, and he's an older looking than all of us, and I guess it's working and whatever, but I was kind of like, all right, fine. I get off shooting that day, and I end up going to a party that night. And at this point, I'm beginning to meet a lot of actors and I'm hanging out with people and all this sort of stuff.
Start shit talking him. Oh boy.
So I say, so John Lavicelli, is at this party, and he's with his girlfriend. I can't remember her name. I don't remember. But I say, God, I'm on this movie right now, and there's this guy sucks, and his name is Bill Ostrander. And everybody around me we're kind of talking, and they're like, all right, fine. Next day. Next day. I get to the set, and Bill walks right up to me, and he goes, so, you think I'm a bad actor, and you think I suck? And I'm like, no, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? And he goes, yeah, I just got a phone call last night from my ex-girlfriend, who was now John Lavicelli's girlfriend. And she threw me under the bus. And I'm telling you, from that point in the movie, we never spoke. He was pissed. Yeah. He was pissed at me, and
rightly so.
He was pissed, and then let's just jump cut like 2013 when I finally do my first autograph convention. I'm in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and I know that Bill Ostrander is going to be there, and I'm like, oh fuck, God, I haven't seen this guy. I'm scared because he's a big guy, and I'm like. What's going to happen? What is it? And I go, okay, I got to treat this because I'm going to be sitting next to him for this Christine thing. And I'm like, how do I do this? What do I do?
Right.
So I find him, and I say, hey, Bill, can we go take a walk? And we end up walking outside the hotel. Yeah. And there's this beautiful little waterfall fountain. And it was like, okay, this is a really good area to do it. Like, I'm going to be really... And I go, Bill, I just, back then, my fucking ego hadn't even gotten to number 5 yet. Or number 5, I was getting an ego. Because trust me, Michael, it went to 10 very soon after that. Yeah. And I said, I really need to apologize to you. But I'm thinking the only reason I'm apologizing because I've got to sit with him for the next 3 days. Right. And he really kind of just he went, I get it, but there was still tension.
Ooh.
And I was like,
Ooh.
well, what do I do? What do I do? So I again, the next day I say, Bill, really, I apologize. I was an asshole. I got thrown under the bus by this woman, and I was an asshole. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. And he finally started to cool down because we had a good time on the first day signing, and we were kind of like playing off of each other. But, you know, even to this day, when we do Christine reunions, there's a little bit of thing because we're both the bad guys in the film, and who's got the better death scene? Because I think my death scene is a hell of a lot better than his.
Yes.
Because mine lasts a lot longer.
Yeah.
It's like 5 minutes, my death scene. His is like,
he's shitting on him again.
I think my death scene, but you know, you're going to have a lot of people out there who like Christine that follow you, Michael, that are going to go, oh yeah, you know, Buddy Repperton's is better. I know the Moochie death scene's better.
Right.
It's a lot better.
Right.
There you go. So, but you know, if Bill ever hears this, he knows I love him.
Well, you know, what was surprising to me when I rewatched that movie, because I didn't remember it at the time, but fucking Prosky.
Yeah.
Bob Prosky, who was in Lords of Discipline, is fucking phenomenal.
It's great.
And, I mean, he's pretty damn good in Heat. Is it Heat, Jim?
Oh, yeah.
No, Thief.
Thief.
Yes.
I mean, he's pretty fucking awesome in
He's
Thief.
really good in
but
that. I own the paper on your life.
He what?
Oh, he has that line about I own the paper on your life.
Yeah.
When he's browbeating Jimmy Kahn at the end of the movie. I own the fucking paper on your life.
Well, I told Jim, I was talking to him yesterday about, I didn't realize Prosky was in it. And he was so good. I said he was chewing the scenery about as hard as he was chewing that cigar.
Oh, yeah.
He was very, very good.
That's very noticeable. That's like the first shot of the movie almost. And the last shot of the movie is him chomping on that cigar.
I got to say, just back to the Lords for 1 second.
Sure, go ahead.
I love that scene, the opening scene. Before the credits, before anything, it's just you, Paxton, and Prosky's son. It's Prosky's son.
Oh, okay.
It's where you kind of, you know, giving him shit and stuff. That was just really neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean.
All right, so you, I mean, you're kind of on a roll here. I mean, you were on a roll, which is like not too many people, like, you know, like kind of Mickey Rourke. I mean, I can think of a few, and I
wish.
No, but I'm just saying that, like, I mean, some people start off with a big role and then, you know, kind of have to fight their way back, and you know, but you got 3 in a row, and you I think Christine did pretty well. Jim, did it? Do you know the numbers on that? Can you look that up? But
well, it did a $10 million budget, $21 million box office
in the U.S.
Yeah.
But it's become, thank you God, but it's become an incredible cult film now. I mean, it's big, Jim. I mean,
it is.
It's incredibly, and you know, I was saying, you know, Michael, it's interesting when you are doing the conventions, how people come up to you and they want you to write a quote from the movie, and they want, you know, and all that sort of stuff. And a lot of people that ask for the one quote that I say, how do you like that dick face?
Right.
Or, well, I'll tell you something.
Not quite as good of a line as "Come with me if you want to live," but
or I'll be back. You know, but
go ahead.
But no, there's one thing that somebody, and I don't know if you get a continuous question. This is a continuous question I get 100 times by the fans of the movie. So it's my death scene. And I'm up against the wall in that loading dock, and people go to me, Malcolm, I just don't understand it. Why didn't you jump on the hood of the car to get away? And I just basically, my stock answer is because it wasn't fucking written in the script that way.
Right.
So it's gotten pretty, but it wasn't written in the script. What do you want me to do? Listen, I would have loved to have had a lot longer time in that film and gotten away, but it wasn't written in the script.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I think there's a story. I don't know if I think it's Tippi Hepburn? Is
Hedren.
Tippi Hedren, when she did The Birds. I think there were either she or fans afterwards or whatever would be like, she hears this and she starts walking upstairs and, she hears these flutterings and she walks up the stairs and people are like, why did you open the door? Like, why'd you do that? And I don't know.
Because that's why Hitchcock wanted it that way.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been,
it was great. I was, and it was, what was great about that time, Michael, was that all these 3 movies came out like in 2 months of each other in 83. So at that point, I was really I don't talk about myself. I should, but I don't. I was a very popular character actor, a young, chubby character actor.
Yeah.
And I was doing well. I was really doing well and making really good money at that point.
Yeah.
And
girls.
Yeah. It was good. It was good. But that really started, I got to be honest with you, after Heaven Help Us or Catholic Boys.
Yes.
That is the one where I finally...
It's Kevin Dillon.
Yeah.
And...
Andrew McCarthy.
Right.
Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah.
That's where I got to be number 3.
When you were working with Patrick Dempsey, did he have his mother or whoever that woman was?
Yes, his manager.
His manager, woman, lover, whatever she was.
But Patrick stayed with me in New York. He was from Maine.
Mm-hmm.
And
I did a movie with him, and it was
Rusty?
almost...
Was her name Rusty?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Rusty.
Yes.
I don't know.
I could never quite figure out the relationship, but
it was
part acting coach, part lover.
There was a lot of. He had a trifecta going in there.
Now, had he blown up yet? Because
No,
he blew up in 2 movies in a row.
No, it was just that Heaven Help Us was his first film.
Oh, okay.
First film.
Okay.
He stayed with me. I at that point. I was staying, and I'm sure you all, Jim, I'm sure you remember this place, and Michael, I know, it was the Mayflower Hotel
in New York.
In New York,
yeah, that's where
everybody's
met De Niro. Yeah.
So I was staying at the Mayflower, and then at this point, I'm
right there in the park. Right there in the park.
Yeah,
but Mickey Mantle's place is right down the street. Yeah.
But I said.
So you're shooting that movie in Manhattan?
Manhattan. It was all in New York. Everything was in New York. It was in Brooklyn. Everything about that film. But that was one of the toughest audition periods I had ever.
Who directed that?
Michael Dinner.
Oh, right.
Michael Dinner. I love Michael too.
Is Michael Dinner? Was he a comedian?
No.
He was getting mixed up with somebody. That was a comedian that directed
there was a Michael Winner.
Yeah.
Jim.
No, but that guy's not. There was a guy that directed because Matt Craven was in a movie about when you go out to camp and like that camp. There was a camp like. All these kids go out to camp and they're counselors.
You're talking about meatballs?
No.
Indian Summer.
Indian Summer, right?
Mike Binder is the
Mike.
Oh, Mike Binder.
Mike Binder.
Yeah, Mike Binder.
Now, who are you talking about? Mike Binder is that guy who I've always had some weird problem with. Well, he's got a problem with me. I don't know why. But who is this?
Michael Dinner.
And what else has Dinner done?
Michael did a film that
a lot of TV.
Oh yeah, a lot of TV.
Okay.
But he did a film called Hot to Trot that starred Judge Reinhold.
Right.
And it didn't really do well. I had a little, a little thing in that, but it was just kind of fun.
Yeah. A movie called Offbeat.
Yeah. Yes. Offbeat. Oh wait, that was the Judge Reinhold thing. I'm sorry.
Was it?
Hot to Trot was the Bob Goldthwait
thing.
Oh, wow. Yeah. But Catholic Boys was. So Tracy finds me the script of. It's called Catholic Boys.
Yeah.
But they had to change the name because the Catholic Church did not want them. And they came up with the bullshit name.
They don't have anything to hide.
Yeah, no, really.
Open book, yeah.
Yeah, they came up with so they had to figure out a name. I actually came up with a name that nobody used, and then it was used as a Robert De Niro Sean Penn film. And I said, well, what about We're No Angels? And they were like, oh, no, that's a stupid name. Then a De Niro.
Well, that's a remake, isn't it, Jim?
Well, yeah, that was an old Humphrey Bogart movie.
Oh, well, then see, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't.
You just came up with it.
I just was like, well, what about because we're like these Catholic boys and always getting into trouble, and then when we were on our Kevin Dillon and I were the only ones. I'm sure you remember these, Michael. I don't. Going on those publicity tours before the movie came out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Women.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm going to get in trouble here. But that movie is really put me in another kind of realm when that movie came out.
Was that the fourth movie that you did then? Is that come right after?
Yes, it
Christine.
was
wow.
Yeah, it was the fourth one.
Wow.
It was the fourth one. I remember going in.
Do you like Kevin?
I love Kevin.
Okay.
I love Kevin
because he's kind of decided 10 years ago to not to act anymore.
That's
right?
a bummer. I mean, Kevin and I. God, okay, I'm gonna do a Michael Biehn. We were really fucking good in that film. we were really good in that film, man. We kind of really, I'm sorry, Andrew. I mean,
yeah.
But it was the first film I finally got to be third on the call sheet where everybody, I was like, I got number 3 on the call sheet.
Right.
But that movie had Donald Sutherland in it.
Wow, I did something with him too. He was kind of nice to me. Donald.
He was kind of nice to me too.
Yeah,
he was kind of nice.
I think he was nicer to me than he was to you.
I think he. What are you reading that right now?
Oh yeah.
He was just kind of nice to. But I think that might have been him in character.
Right. Yeah. A little bit.
I think it might have been him in character. The guy who was utterly spectacular in that film was Jay Patterson. I don't know if you ever.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, God damn. He was also in a great movie called Places in the Heart, where he's the bad guy in that movie.
Oh, yes.
He's so good. But Jay Patterson, he plays the sadistic, mean brother in.
Sounds like I should have played that fucking.
Well, you know who wanted to play it, Michael?
Who?
He begged for that role.
David Keith.
No.
John.
I'm going to give you a clue. I'm not going to play that guy. Mark Hamill begged for that role because he wanted to get away from Luke Skywalker. And it was such a evil role. It was so evil.
Yeah.
But Jay Patterson, nobody could have done it like Jay Patterson.
Yeah.
And, it was just that movie. But it was weird, Michael, because I went from Lords to playing a bad guy, then to playing a very erogenous type of guy. He probably grew up to be a hairdresser.
Erogenous?
I don't.
You mean gay? Is that what you mean? Erogenous? Erogenous means no sexual appetite. Am I wrong, Jim?
I think that's what the character probably.
Just a little bit.
would have ended up being. But
yeah, that sounds like a Vince Chase. My old acting coach has always claimed that to be asexual, which I'm sure there are a certain amount of people that are, and because I listen back then, it wasn't. It wasn't frowned upon. Well, you know what? Anyway, I used to just think he liked boys. That's, because he had a lot of, Paxton Bill, up until his death, he worked with Vince. And I thought Vince took Paxton from that wild Bill Paxton, that fucking animated guy who walks in the room, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
We're making a movie, huh? And he brought him down to where he did a movie with Billy Bob Thornton.
At Close Range, I think.
No, he wasn't.
One False Move?
One False Move, I think Billy Bob wrote.
Simple Plan?
He was, what?
Simple Plan?
Simple Plan, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's very, like not like Bill. And so... very subdued. Yeah. Anyway, so so you do that movie. Where's that shot?
All New York.
Everything in Manhattan.
Everything was
Isn't that great?
Silver Cup.
Yeah.
Silver Cup, and then all in the streets. It was incredible. And that's when I fell in love with the city of New York, and I stayed there for a long time and started to try to be a real actor. And I wanted to do plays, and I wanted to do all these type of things.
Okay, so you did your fourth movie, and then you liked New York so much that you stayed and got like an apartment there. And
I kept the apartment that they got me.
Okay, I thought you were at the Mayflower.
No, I was at the Mayflower for probably 3 weeks, and then they said, do you want an apartment?
Yeah,
and I said, I want an apartment.
Yeah.
And it was on 69th and West End.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't get better location than that. And it was probably $1,000 a month, and the studio paid for it the whole time I was doing it.
Yeah.
And then I had a pretty good amount of money, and I was like, I'm staying here, and I just started paying the rent on that apartment for about a year. And I kept coming back and forth to LA. And I was offered a TV series, which I kind of kick myself now that I didn't do it. But my agents at the time, and you remember this, Michael, and I'm sure you remember Jim, it's like, you don't do TV at that time. You're doing movies, Malcolm. You stay in movies. Right. You're staying in, and I was offered head of the class, the big guy role. I don't remember the
how many years was that on? 8,
something like that.
Right.
I mean, it was
just a flat out offer, huh?
Flat out,
wow.
Flat out, and she. At that point, it was like, no, you're not going to do that. I'm like, okay.
But usually an agent, well, first of all, was it a pilot? And then did it get picked up, or did who knows?
I'm sure
right?
It was. I just know that at that point, when Heaven Help Us came out, Charles Champlin reviewed it, and he said Kevin Dillon, Malcolm Danare, Eric Stoltz, Daphne Zuniga, Judd Nelson.
Yeah.
Wow.
Were the hottest actors in town. We were on the cover of the calendar section, and it said the hottest actors in town. And it was like, at that point, Michael, it was like, oh my God. It was really crazy. It was,
who go through those names again?
It was Judd, Kevin, myself, Mary Stuart Masterson, Eric Stoltz. I think there's one more.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Was this Eric Stoltz before or after they replaced him in Back to the Future? Do you know?
This would have been way after.
Way after.
Excuse me, way before. My fault. My fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This was 1985 at this point.
Okay.
And
was there any vibe that you got about him that he was, kind of methody,
loved
kind of
him.
hard?
I really liked him a lot. I mean,
who didn't you like, man? We got to
then?
get our ratings up a little bit.
All right.
Who didn't you like?
Who didn't you like? Give me one. You give me one. Okay.
Lauren Bacall.
Go younger. Go younger.
You know what? I'm joking with you, Malcolm.
I'll give you one if you give me one.
No. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Malcolm, is that for whatever reason, I have always had really, really good experiences with the people that I'm working with. And it always seems to me to come down to the fact that everybody, except for David Keith. I wasn't crazy about David Keith that much, but everybody wants to do a good movie. Everybody wants to make that good movie. And it's, you have to fit in. It's like a football team. You have to fit in and play your position, and you got to be there, and
I'm going to give you one guy, but I'm not going to say his name, but I'll say the movie that I co-starred in with him.
Okay.
But I won't say his name. Okay. But I'm going to ask you if you can give me a movie that you did.
Oh, I'm going to give you a lot
Give me a movie that you did that you didn't like one of the guys in it. Just give me a movie, and I'll give you the one.
Can I give you directors?
No, an actor.
Malcolm, let me think about that.
Okay, then I'll think about who I'm going to tell you.
You know what? It doesn't. Truly, my experience is that, now, if you had come up, if I was at a party and I'd heard that you'd shit talk me, I still wouldn't like you. I still wouldn't like you.
But that would have never happened.
Well, but I don't. In my experiences have always been good, even with people with like Tommy Sizemore. Okay. Tommy Sizemore had a bad drug problem, and I was doing the movie Green Book. Who directed? Who wrote?
Vallelonga.
Nick Vallelonga. Nick Vallelonga was directing it, and he said, I'm thinking about, I'm going to use Tommy Sizemore for this character. And I was like, Tommy Sizemore, dude, you're fucking asking for trouble. It's only 3 days, he says, right? It's only 3 days. I'm like, yeah, I'm telling you, you're asking for trouble, but so good in Saving Private Ryan, but a great actor, but troubled, obviously.
Wonderful in Heat.
Yeah. So he says, well, I want to use him. So I go to the rehearsals with him, right? And, I look at him, he's high. He's high. Now, he might have been able to fool Nick. He might have been able to fool, but, one drug addict knows another one when they see him, He was definitely high. And we walked outside, and I didn't even say anything, and he was just talking about how sober he was, and how great it was to be sober, and on and on and on. And I'm just in the back of my mind, I'm just thinking, okay, all right, Tommy. And I like Tommy. I met Tommy when he first came into town before he had done anything.
Wow.
Matt Craven introduced me to him, and that's when I was living in that house with Patsy Kensit. So we do this movie, and they get to Tommy Sizemore, all right, and they shoot a day with Tommy Sizemore. And I'm not on the set because it doesn't have anything to do with me and my character. And he's like, whatever. The next day, he's arrested in like Barstow or something, with cocaine trying to purchase cocaine like in Barstow. So that day, kind of had to be reshuffled, and Nick, I believe, and whoever made that thing, they had to go up there and get him out of jail. And he came back and he shot, and he was good in it and everything. But
did you have a lot of scenes with him?
No. I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't. I never had. I'm trying to think. I never remember looking. No, I had no scenes with him in that. But I just knew. When I see somebody struggling like that, that's not, it's not like, oh, you fucking piece of shit. And I've heard actors, you fucking piece of shit, man, fucking put the drugs, fucking stop drinking, fuck. Well, you don't fucking care enough about the fucking art not to fucking take a drink before, I don't really have that attitude. My attitude is more like, if you're trying, you give it everything you have. And if you're good, like Tommy, oh my God, he had so many busts and problems, and married to Heidi Fleiss, and he had a porn, he shot his own porn. He
had a lot of demons,
sex tape, where he's like flaccid the entire time. It's got one of those things that you put on your, I guess. I've never fucking seen one or used. My dick used to usually get pretty hard when I got around women. He had something that he'd stick his cock in and wrap it around and use. Anyway, it was a pretty nauseating porn video, but Jennifer and I used to watch it for kicks.
Oh, man.
We used to watch it for laughs, shits and giggles. Yeah. What time is it?
Oh, is that on? We've been going 50 minutes. Oh yeah, 51.
I wanted to. Is there? If somebody said to you, Malcolm, you've been doing this now for 40 years, I want to watch you in something, what movie or what role or two roles would you say, like, this is really, I think is like my best stuff? This is where I think I do my best stuff.
I think my best stuff, Michael, was before I got in my own way.
Tell me about that. Let's talk about a little bit about you getting in your own way.
I got in my own way.
In
and
what
it had
way?
Nothing to do with drinking.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with drugs. It had everything to do with, I love being in Hollywood, and I love going to parties, and I love meeting celebrities.
Nothing wrong with that?
Here's a great one. So I get cast in this thing called the Father Dowling Mysteries with Tom Bosley.
Yeah.
So I'm there to play his nephew or something like that. And I'm on the set, and I can't fucking remember a line. And
because you hadn't prepared, or because you just were going up? I mean, that happens to everybody.
I just was going up and up and up. And then you start to sweat under your arms. And I'm not a sweater, but I started to sweat, and I was like, I couldn't get it. And I knew that I was on this show and then Tom Bosley leans over, because we're doing this scene at the table. I'll never forget it. It was just so embarrassing. It was humiliating. But he didn't realize how humiliating it was to me. But he leans over, and here's the father from Happy Days.
Yeah.
And he puts his hand on my hand.
Yeah.
And he goes, I understand that this is your first acting gig, but you'll get through it. And I've already co-starred or starred in 6, 7, 8 films. I'm like, it was such a smack in my face. And it was from not preparing, and it was a tough one. That was really tough.
Well, you know,
that was really tough.
you know, you're basically, what it sounded to me like you were saying was, I got my own way. It wasn't booze. It wasn't drugs. It was like, I loved Hollywood. Well, we all loved Hollywood. We all like parties. We all like girls. We all like all that stuff. Maybe you didn't prepare for that, or was there a situation? Then did you just stop preparing? Did you stop taking it seriously?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Stop taking the work seriously and took the parties and the Hollywood vibe more seriously?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So here we go. It's 1989, and I'm cast in an incredible role. Director Barry Levinson.
Oh, wow.
Producer Steven Spielberg.
Oh, okay. Before you go on, did you audition for that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
With Steven.
With Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. It was.
Did he have a cooking outfit on? Did he have?
It was.
I've got a story about Steven Spielberg. He had a cooking outfit on when I met him. But go ahead.
This was really where
at Universal.
Yeah, it was up at Universal,
of course.
And it was just he had seen the movie Heaven Help Us.
Okay.
Loved it, and he loved it, and he calls. I don't think I was with Tracy at that point, but he called the agent who I was with and said, I want Malcolm to play Watson in a movie called Young Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, wow.
It was Young Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
And
wow.
I went up there, auditioned. It was only him and I. It was only him and I. And I got to wear Steven Spielberg's glasses. I mean, he could not have been more kind.
Yeah, he was nice to meet you.
He was so kind. Yeah. And he said, after the audition, he goes, I'm sending this to Barry, and you'll be coming to London, shooting this in London for like.
He said, you're coming.
So I went to London.
Okay.
So I go to London.
Up? Did you fuck? Oh my God. Oh Lord.
I go to London, and I'm saying this right now.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
So I go to London, and they dye my hair. Everything is whatever, and we're in rehearsals, and they're kind of shooting the rehearsals, but they're not. It's not camera ready, but we're in rehearsals.
Yeah.
And now here's the fucking irony. My mother and father and my whole family live in London, in the United Kingdom. My mother was born in London.
So that stuff about him being a taxi driver in L.A. was all bullshit?
No.
No. I'm joking.
That was a good one. Michael. Everything's been bullshit. No. So
go ahead.
Everybody, I can't.
You were very
So I'm
serious.
living with my parents who have English accents.
Okay.
Go to London. All my family have English accents. I cannot fucking do an English accent. I cannot do this accent as Watson.
Well, at what point did Steven Spielberg say to you, we're going to do this with an accent? And
it had to be an accent.
It had to be. But somebody must have been looking over your shoulder on a Steven Spielberg movie going, okay, we've got voice coaches, we've got all this sort of stuff.
So do you remember during the Lords of Discipline, they had a woman come in to be our voice coach? Her name was Julie something. I can't remember the woman's name. But they bring this woman in.
Okay.
And I'll never forget, I said to the young actor who was playing Sherlock, I can't remember his name, a very nice guy. And I know now that my accent is not working because everybody around me is English. And I sound horrible. I sound like I'm an American trying to put on an English accent.
Right.
It was horrible. But Spielberg believed in me. and he thought that I could pull this off. And I know my acting could have pulled it off if I didn't use the accent. But I was, using some really stupid bullshit English accent. And after about 2 weeks in London before Principal, Spielberg came in and said, sorry, it's not going to work. And I was like, and at that point, it was,
wait a second.
Yeah.
Because, did you from morning until night, for those 2 weeks, those 3 weeks, for that month, did you try to do the English accent? Because otherwise, sometimes,
That's a great question. I didn't try hard enough. Okay. I didn't try hard enough. Okay. I'm being very honest. Okay. I didn't try hard enough. I thought that, the name Malcolm Danare would get me through this.
I see.
I did.
Okay.
And that's when,
okay.
But I truly believe that's, that was a massive punch.
Yes.
That was a knockout. It was a knockout.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was a knockout. And, I came home and I was like, I got other things.
They have to pay you. They have to pay you, right? Yeah.
I didn't care about that.
Yeah, I know.
I really didn't. It was like
I know. Steven Spielberg. You let down Steven Spielberg. He cast you, and you can't fucking do the accent.
I couldn't do it. I could not do it. And during the audition, I did an accent, and he didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, it was fine. But no, once you get around...
Let me try your... Let me hear
no. Fuck off. Fuck off, Micah. I could do a Franc Rodham English accent.
I was going to say, it's really funny that you got your start in the business because your father spoke with an English accent.
Yes.
And that's how he struck up a conversation with Frank in his cab.
Yes, and yes. All yeses. Check those off, man. But that was the beginning of really, fuck it then. If I'm not doing this, if these big agencies are going to go, okay, goodbye, you've just got fired from this, you're going to go to another agency, they're going to, yes, the work kept coming, but it wasn't, I should have been Jonah Hill of back then. And I was on my way to be a wonderful Jonah Hill. And I didn't, as you said, I didn't take it serious enough.
Okay.
I didn't. I really didn't.
Okay.
And then the wonderful, many years later, who was still one of my dearest friends, Dean Devlin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
who's Dean Devlin? Director, right?
A producer.
No, he's
writer.
Roland Emmerich's producing partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Dean said, I'm going to put you on $150 million film called Godzilla. And then that made a big comeback for me. It made a really, really big comeback because I had a really great role. And then
Who else was in it?
Matthew Broderick.
Was that the Matthew Broderick?
Oh,
version?
you know what?
Yeah.
All right. Because I just worked with Adam Wingard, who just did the two Godzilla versus King Kongs.
Yeah.
I went back to watch that, and what's his name? The great actor that's got the series they shot in New Mexico.
Oh,
wasn't he in it? Who am I talking about, Jim? Your show. You said you binge watched it on the. I always forget the guy who's the drug. He's like a normal guy. Breaking Bad. Who's that?
No,
actor?
That's Bryan Cranston was in the newer version of Godzilla.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, Matthew was in this one.
Okay.
But what came from that was a new career of voiceovers. So after the Godzilla movie, which was a significant role, it was a great role.
Was he nice?
Matthew?
Yeah.
So
you didn't let
I'll
him.
name a movie.
You didn't.
And I didn't get along with one of the actors.
You didn't get in a car. You didn't get in a car and let him drive you around, did you?
stop. Oh God.
I'll drive. I'll drive Matthew.
Ferris, I'll do it. But after that, I got to do the TV series of Godzilla, and we did 40 episodes.
You're talking about voiceover.
Voiceover, and that was like 3.5 years of
work
just
and a paycheck.
Oh my God, it was great, and at that point, I started to produce myself lower budget films and stuff, and that was kind of fun. And then somebody said, "Do you want to play a bad guy in a movie?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll play a bad guy."
As long as he doesn't have an English accent.
So, do you remember the Tiny Lister?
Yes, that's a
Big guy. That guy's he was lovely, but I got cast to do. Oh man, it was to play a racist, just a racist cop.
Okay.
And I said some pretty bad words in this movie.
Yeah.
But it
that were written in the script. Were written in the script.
They were written in the script. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
It's like Leonardo talking to, Quentin Tarantino, and like. How many times they use the N-word?
Yeah,
in, like,
they were written in the script.
Yeah,
but I, every time I had to say the N-word, I honestly, after each take, I would go to Tiny. I would say, "Listen, it's just the character." No, it's okay. But at the scene at the end when he finally kills me, he took a little bit more action. I mean, Tiny Lister's arms are this big.
Yeah.
I mean, they're as big as my thighs.
Yeah.
But it was really interesting to play a role like that. It was.
Well, that really is the role that I played in Lords of Discipline, and all of that. My research, and I've forgotten what I did, was exactly where I got it from, but it was basically reading about the KKK, reading about the South and the way that people felt, and people just felt that way back then. I mean, that's Jim Crow South was. I was born and lived to be. Well, I left Alabama, but you said Jim Crow ended in '64. Jim, is that?
Yeah.
That's
legally
not that long ago. I mean, it seems like a long time ago, but I went through all of that stuff just to play that character who doesn't ever say anything, but doesn't want Mark Breland. I think that he should have cast Denzel Washington, man. Jesus, Mark. And listen, Mark was a sweetheart. Mark was a sweetheart, and he was very nice to me, and he was a young kid. He was a boxer. He was about ready to go win the gold medal in the welterweight division, and then sign a multi-million-dollar boxing career that kind of went off the rails. But anyway, he was wonderful, but he wasn't an actor, and I think that.
Frank knows. I think Frank knows he fucked up.
Made a mistake there.
Yes, yeah,
he
Frank
does.
Yes.
Did he tell you that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, Frank. Frank just said, Frank said there was a picture of Mark Breland, and he was wearing 5 golden gloves.
Yes.
There were these golden gloves around his neck, and he was like in one of his stances, and Frank went, This is the role. What was the I don't remember his character's name, but Pierce.
Okay.
Pierce. Wow, I pulled that one out.
Yeah, really. And I just watched it last night.
Good Lord.
And I'm struggling for it.
Yeah, really. But Frank saw the picture of Mark, of Breland, but Denzel would have been a different thing too.
Oh yeah.
Well, I would have thought that Denzel would have brought, and I don't know where Denzel was at that time in his life, but I would have thought that he would have brought, you know, you can take a character, and if it's working well with the director, the character kind of expands and becomes bigger. Gets a few more lines, maybe another scene or two, gets a lot of coverage.
Exactly.
And that sort of stuff. Or you can have somebody that's not working very well, and you don't want to, you don't want them to. And it's kind of unfair to Mark. Mark was really sweet, and I mean that was an interesting. G.D. Spradlin or J.D. G.D. Spradlin was an interesting guy who was a very wealthy rancher, and just said, like, I want to go be an actor.
In The Godfather. Remember him in The Godfather?
Yeah. He plays that senator. He does a great job of it, too. You and your whole fucking family. Squeeze you, Mr. Corleone.
Yes.
Well, Rick Rossovich said a funny, I love that story, and I've heard it from John Lavicelli, that the whole thing where the phone bill problem that they had, where what Mark was doing was he was skipping rope for hours on the phone, just skipping rope and calling New York. And it was like those poor Rick Rossovich and Lavicelli, they were like, well, fuck, we got to pay for this.
I never really had that much sympathy for Lavicelli, because when I was over there, I bought a pair of glasses, and they were expensive. Sometimes glasses can cost a lot of money, and I bought these kind of like really nice sunglasses in London, and I really loved them. And you remember when Lavicelli had the heart attack, or the thing that they had to rush him to the hospital? You don't remember that? Well,
I don't remember.
And also happened to an actor on. It's basically a panic attack, but they think it's a heart attack, and that happened to Leo Burmeister on The Abyss, and everyone's like, Leo had a heart attack. Leo had a heart attack. No, he was just nervous.
Yeah.
Or, had a panic attack, and so when they took him to the hospital, I went to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
To see him, and then I found out he didn't have a heart attack. He just had a panic attack. And I was like, well, okay, fuck you. See you later. I'm gone. I left my fucking glasses there, and I never got my glasses back. So,
God, he owes you some glasses.
No good deed goes unpunished.
By the way, as I got to just say, Michael, I'm going to ask you a question. I fucking love it when you are in the abyss, and the radio comes on, and you're in the submersible, and you elbow it. Yeah. Was that in the script, or did you do this?
I asked Jim if I could do that, and he said yes.
Best.
Yeah.
That was the best. I got to tell you, The Abyss still is one of my favorite, and it's the Jim Cameron cut.
Yeah.
With the wave.
Yeah.
That cut. I mean, that cut is.
We're kind of out of time, so I could tell you a story about Jim and I, and Jim asking my opinion about the two cuts, the one that the studio cut, and the one that he just released recently, like in the last year. But this isn't like, I don't own this place, and like somebody else is going to come in, and there'll be another person sitting there.
You'll have to tell the story. You'll have to finish the story with the other person. Thanks, Michael.
But thank you for coming in. It's really, really wonderful seeing you after all these years, and I'm glad that.
Thank you, Jim.
I'm glad that there was some positive to this, because before I really spoke to you this time around, I just thought, it's like I treated my little sister a little bit.
Well, your brother.
Oh, my little brother.
Your little brother. I'll go for the brother.
Yeah.
You were extremely important.
I'm glad that there was some good parts of it too, and I took you around and showed you Hollywood, and
you did.
seemed like the most important thing I said to you about acting was, look the other guy in the eye.
You did? Look the other guy in the eye and know your fucking lines.
Yeah, that's about it.
Know your lines.
And as it turns out, like, you don't have to look anybody in the eye. You look at him in the eye and then turn away and then fucking. But you know, for a beginning actor,
you're good because there were some things as we were sitting here looking at each other 5 feet away from each other. You knew we're like, oh, okay, Malcolm, you're not going to say so. Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah.
You're
well,
good.
I can read.
Yeah, you can.
I'm old. I can read. I can read in some of that stuff, but. Thank you for coming in really quickly.
Yeah.
Because people always ask me this too. Would you rather do voice acting or would you rather be in front of the camera?
In front of the camera.
Of course, yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, thank you for coming in.
You're welcome.
We'll have you back in a year.
Whenever we come back.
Next time you get a good part, you want to talk about it? Call me.
You got it.
Oh, yeah,
I would love that. Thank you.
We'll spend the entire.
Hey, I get Michael Biehn to tell me how to act now. Huh?
just look at people in the eye. All right.
Yeah, fine.
Go
look
away.
at him.
Go away, kid. Just look them in the eye and fucking know your lines.
Yeah, know your lines. There you go.
Learn your British accent.
Thank you, Jim. There you go. Now I'm gonna go talk to my shrink after this. Thank you, Jim.
I could never do an English accent.
Can't
either.
do it.
Yeah. All right. I was married to an English girl, and all right. So thank you. And what am I supposed to say?
Subscribe.
Oh yeah, please subscribe and tell your friends if you're enjoying our conversations. And anything else?
No, that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
That's
I'll
it.
subscribe.
Yeah, and it's when this is going to drop tomorrow morning.
Oh,
okay?
wow.
So tomorrow morning is half of it, and Thursday will be the other half of it.
You just don't want me to leave right now because you've already said goodbye 10 times.
No, I know. But there's a tendency to really want to. Like, you're going to look and like, oh, how many views? How many people are watching? How many people are watching? And you know what? In the long run, it'll be plenty.
Let me just say one thing.
Okay.
It doesn't matter about the views. I got to sit here with you, honestly.
Right.
I know you don't like to hear that shit. I could tell, but I got to hang out with you.
Yeah. All right,
honestly.
Cool. All right. Well,
bye, Hey, Jim. Nice to meet you.
I love hearing about people who worked on movies that I had something to do with the initial putting these movies together.
Well, you should have put me in more.
Well,
giving you a hard time. No, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
all right. Cue the music.